Mindscape, welcome to our channel. Please like, share and subscribe. Pakistan, Army and ISI. We will be exploring the rich and complex history of Pakistan's Army and Intelligence Agency, the Inter-Services Intelligence, ISI. Pakistan's Army and ISI have played an important role in the country's history and have been at the forefront of some of the most significant events in the country's recent past. So, let's dive into the history of Pakistan's Army and ISI and discover the stories behind some of the most iconic moments in the country's military and intelligence history. Pakistan Army's early days. To understand the history of Pakistan's Army, we need to go back to the early days of the country's creation. After gaining independence from British rule in 1947, Pakistan faced numerous challenges, including the integration of the country's diverse ethnic and religious groups. The army played an essential role in maintaining stability and preserving the country's unity, and many of Pakistan's early leaders came from the ranks of the military. Pakistan Army in wars. Pakistan's army has been involved in numerous wars since the country's creation, including the wars with India over Kashmir and the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. The army has also played a crucial role in maintaining Pakistan's internal security, including the fight against terrorism and separatist movements. The army has faced numerous challenges over the years, including allegations of human rights abuses and political interference. However, the army remains one of the most respected institutions in the country, and many Pakistanis view it as a symbol of national pride. Inter-Services Intelligence, ISI. The Inter-Services Intelligence, ISI, is Pakistan's premier intelligence agency and is considered one of the most powerful intelligence agencies in the world. The ISI was created in 1948 to provide intelligence support to the military, and over the years, it has evolved into a powerful agency with significant influence over Pakistan's politics and foreign policy. The ISI has been involved in numerous covert operations, including supporting militants in Afghanistan and India, and has been accused of meddling in Pakistan's domestic politics. ISI involvement in major events. The ISI has been involved in some of the most significant events in Pakistan's recent history, including the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, the War on Terror, and the Kashmir conflict. The agency has been accused of supporting terrorist groups and using them as proxies in conflicts with India and Afghanistan. The ISI has also been accused of being involved in the assassination of former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto and other political figures in Pakistan. Challenges and the way forward. Despite the successes of Pakistan's Army and ISI, both institutions face numerous challenges. Political interference, corruption, and a lack of accountability are some of the issues that have held back the development of these institutions. However, there are signs of hope, and the government has recently taken steps to reform the army and intelligence agencies. With the right support and investment, Pakistan's Army and ISI have the potential to become more professional and accountable institutions that serve the interests of the people of Pakistan. Conclusion. From the early days of the country's creation to the present day, these institutions have played a crucial role in shaping Pakistan's history and identity. While there are challenges to overcome, there is no doubt that Pakistan's Army and ISI will continue to play an important role in the country's future. Negative side of Pakistan, Army, and ISI. Off the record, when you speak with investigative, journalist, media persons, and Pakistani people, their opinions it is important to acknowledge that the military and ISI have played a significant role in Pakistan's history and politics, both positive and negative. Pakistan's military and intelligence agency, the ISI, have long been accused of meddling in the country's politics and violating human rights. They have a history of supporting military dictatorship, controlling the judicial system, and supporting corruption. The military and the ISI have often been accused of controlling the bureaucracy, with many bureaucrats seen as being sympathetic to the military's interests rather than those of the elected civilian government. This has led to a situation where the military wields significant power behind the scenes, even though they are not elected officials. The military's grip on power has been so tight that they have often been accused of hijacking the democratic process in Pakistan. The country has a history of military coups, and many of the democratically elected governments have been cut short by military interventions. In recent years, the military has also been accused of killing innocent people, land grabbing, and controlling the media and social media. They have been accused of suppressing dissent and muzzling the press, with many journalists facing harassment, intimidation, and even violence for their reporting. Despite all of this, the military and the ISI continue to claim that they are the heroes of the country, and that they are necessary for maintaining stability and security in Pakistan. They often use the excuse of national security to justify their actions, and argue that they are the only ones who can keep the country safe from external and internal threats. But the reality is that their actions have often undermined the democratic process, suppressed dissent, and violated the basic human rights of Pakistani citizens. Until the military and the ISI are held accountable for their actions, it is unlikely that Pakistan will be able to fully realize its potential as a truly democratic country.